Hello, myself Sunil R Nair. Here basically we are discussing about one topic, that is currencies. Currencies dependency. In this basically we are discussing about one topic, that is ideas. In the idea basically today we are going to talk. In this video we are going to talk one some different idea basically, which actually Bollywood groups only basically can do. The idea is, for example, 1970s or 1950s hero basically, they died. Then basically they launched in 1980s. That Bollywood person basically died. Then that same person basically launched in 1980s with new body structure, new face. That old body, the old person basically who was died. Here I will not take the name basically. Person died, and that old Bollywood blood cells basically is inside the new Bollywood person of 1980s. Then basically he died in 2000 basically, after 20 years. Then basically he got again basically got new structures. So now basically he have basically two blood cells. One is old one Bollywood blood cells. Second is old Bollywood two blood cells, and this is basically having his third body, that is the third Bollywood blood cells. So one person asked the question basically, why basically this type of creation basically is done basically. Then one of the Bollywood group basically, the one of the person basically who actually created the Bollywood, who created the Bollywood word, that also you can say. He told that the Bollywood basically in future basically was going to generate human souls basically. Human souls means basically, for example, Sholay movie, human souls. That Sholay movie is having generated 1 lakh human souls. So this 1 lakh human souls is going to dump into the ladies' bodies, and they are going to take birth basically of child basically. So like this, the child is going to get a birth basically from the mother's body basically. So 1 lakh birth is going to happen from that 1 lakh Sholay movie. That is the human souls. So this preparation actually they were doing from like this basically. So this was also basically the idea basically, you can say. Reason behind that basically might be the chaining of the blood cells basically, or might be some, that person basically who actually died 3 times, he might be doing some experiment basically. That basically the doctors basically might be doing some experiment. So it's a Bollywood, then basically Bollywood groups only basically are used. So that is very dangerous basically. So Bollywood industry basically is like this, and it's very dangerous. It seems to be very glamour basically. It's glamour also basically. It's not like that basically. The glamour life like Bollywood basically, no, you will never get in the entire any of the category. Even the IT industry basically says that basically we gets the money basically, but the glamour life basically as the Bollywood gets, that type of lifestyle basically we also don't get. So that is also one of the idea basically. On the base of that idea basically, few people says that human clones basically are created, like Sholay movie basically created 1 lakh human souls. Here basically it might possible that many old movies are also basically might be converted into the human source data. Might be possible basically, but 100% basically that is not. For this data basically you have to connect to the nuclear power company group. They basically have the entire human souls basically data, which is generated till now basically. How many movies are there? Basically more than 1 lakh movies are there. From 1 lakh movies basically, how many movies are converted into the human souls, and basically converted into human souls, plus they started the generation also, that is generation next. And movie basically is created on the base of which topic basically, what is actually behind the movie basically, what actually the movie basically sets the environment, which type of balancing basically it keeps in the environment basically. That basically also connected with the nuclear power company only basically, because they sets the environment of Earth planet. They basically say that basically potato energy we have generated, but potato energy is going to be used by human needs. They have already started the using the human needs. 900 crore people are going to use the human needs. They have consumed the potato, they have eaten the potato, they have started generating the ideas, but they basically don't know that this potato energy basically is going to be used in the creation of planets basically, and that planet is going to be used in the 5 crore planet basically, in the form of idea basically. And that 5 crore planet basically are going to generate human. They basically have assume that they have the human. They are going to connect with this idea at the time of trigger basically, at the time of trigger basically, when the data is basically going to pass from basically Earth planet to that planet basically, with the help of the satellites and with the help of the 3 lakh planets basically. So data has passed according to the story basically, which gets generated in the that 5 crore planet. They generate the story, and when the trigger basically comes, that time basically the idea basically starts connecting basically, then the data basically start giving from our planet to other planet basically. So it might possible that Bollywood also basically might be trying this type of thing basically, because there are 3 chain already generated, right? So it might possible that from Earth planet to satellite and satellite to other planets, this type of idea basically might be basically possible, because one human also basically can become satellite basically. One human also basically can become satellite, can play the role of the satellite basically. Same way basically that Dubai equal to one person, like Mumbai, that person is going, that is Mumbai, that person which is going, that is Bangalore. Like this basically it might possible that that person which is going, that is satellite concept basically also might have been experimented basically. So these all are basically experiment basically, but experiment are very dangerous. Reason is it's directly affects to the environment basically. So these all experiments basically are approved by the government only basically, approved by the government, and government basically say that you can do whatever experiment basically, but it should not harm to the environment. That basically they writes in the note basically, that basically they might be writing only basically, but they takes the approval by the government. That is basically 100% sure. Reason government only basically the chief minister, prime minister visit the award ceremony. They only basically president only give the awards to the Bollywoods. That means basically the Bollywood by default are approved by the government only. If they are giving the award, that means by default approved, na basically. By default they are approved. They are basically approving the Bollywood group. So like these things basically are there. So it might possible that in universe basically this type of data basically might be basically the plan of the Bollywood group basically, or basically the Hollywood group basically. That might be first basically who might be doing the things basically, that it's very secret basically, that basically it's their secret basically, and each industry basically keeps their secrets. So like this basically the Bollywood story basically. So it might possible that if you for example, I will take one example how basically Bollywood might be doing this thing basically. um, Assume that basically they have created 10 movie. Assume that they have created 10 movie, just for taking as an example basically. Assume that they have created 10 movie, and from 10 movie basically they have used one actor basically. Assume that basically they have used one actor. So in next video basically we are going to see a little bit more about this basically of the next actor basically.